Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of Nerds. And today we are going to be unboxing our horror pack for February 2021. But before we begin, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Are you ready? I will go into the details of what horror pack is.
What's the matter with you? Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So, if you don't know about Horror Pack is a monthly subscription service where you can sign up for Blu-ray or DVD. You do not submit a library of movies that you have, so it's possible they'll send you something you already have. It's possible they'll send you something twice. There's no keeping track of anybody's libraries here. And so they'll send you 4 movies, and they're, well, of course, sealed horror movies. Yep. And they will also send you within those 4, one of them is a Horror Pack exclusive.
That's right.
So we have signed up. We originally signed up for both the DVD and Blu-ray, but now we're just on the Blu-ray.
Right. Yeah, those Horror Pack exclusives tend to be more independent films, which is appealing to me. She's a little less on independent films.
It just depends.
It depends.
Because some of them I like, and then some of them it's just like, oh man, you know. Well, it was like the other one, the ant one.
Dead
Ant. Okay, so I actually felt like the acting wasn't bad.
Yeah.
In it, and
Had Tom Arnold.
Yeah, and even the the scenes and everything like that, the setup.
The CGI got a little bad.
That wasn't even that terrible. But their costumes were just horrible. All of them were wearing the cheapest possible wigs you could find. No. And it just got to me. It's kind of like, okay, so one person wears a cheap wig because that person always wears a cheap wig. But why was every single character wearing a cheap wig?
I don't think Tom Arnold was wearing a cheap wig.
No, Tom Arnold was not wearing a cheap wig.
Yeah.
It just
it was the guy from Lord of the Rings, Frodo's buddy. Is it Sam?
Samwise Gamgee.
And
I don't know. I apologize. I do not know this actor's name. He was in Rudy too. I mean, he's been in some good movies.
But he was in it, and he had a really bad wig.
Bad.
No, it was the idea was that it was a supposed to be like an out of touch old rock band. So maybe they were actually just supposed to be wearing wigs, like
I don't know why that got to me. I don't know why that got to me. That got to me though.
You should have seen the fire scene. The fire scenes are really bad. So I'll deal with a bad wig over really bad fire. I mean, it was. Like I said, I thought the story was cool. I thought some of the acting was pretty good. Just when it does some of the special effects, and I think that's something that horror movies in particular are all about special effects.
And honestly,
you need to have a spooky story.
Yeah, you don't have to have a good computer even to make good special effects, because some of the best special effects come from
practical effects.
Yeah, or practical effects from before computers.
From the 80s and stuff. And I think, it like the car was on fire and it just looked bad. But you could really, and it wasn't like a nice car. You could have really lit that car on fire, shot the woman in a different, obviously not shoot her in a flaming car, but shoot her scenes in a like a set, and then had the flaming car stuff be real, but
low budget, honey.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
You think to be a Valentine's? I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I think there's enough love horror movies that we'll get one.
Yummy.
Ugh.
This looks terrifying. Facelifts, boob jobs, and zombies.
There we go.
Extra Yummy Collector's Edition.
Is this the Horror Pack exclusive?
It doesn't say.
Yummy.
very strange.
I mean, blue jobs and zombies. You sold me. So. Yeah. Made in Canada. This might. I don't see horror pack anywhere on there.
It typically says horror pack exclusive at the top.
So we'll see. You probably won't like that one. You get mad if there's too much nudity in the horror movies.
I don't get mad.
You get a little mad.
I don't get mad. Sometimes it's just like the.
It's gratuitous, absolutely.
So
it's unnecessary, doesn't move the plot forward.
Right. So in the very beginning of Dead Ant, the first scene is she's running from the ant, and as she's running, she's taking her clothes off. It's like, is it helping you to take your clothes off? Actually, I think, no, because everybody runs just as fast with some. Her clothes were tight fitting. She was fine. Okay. But it's like, how, and even her underwear, like her underwear was just barely anything. Why did she have to take her underwear off?
Aerodynamics.
But it was just like, she had to take the time while she was running. Instead of focusing on running and getting away, she's pulling all her clothes off. And I was just like, I don't mind that she's naked. Couldn't she have just started out naked? Like, you made the story look bad by making her running away from this giant ant and pulling her clothes off.
Right. Well, the story is linked to a drug. So you take this drug, you get cursed, and these ants come after you. And so I wonder if she's supposed to be high, and so not making proper decisions and taking her clothes off.
Just being weird.
Hey, listen, I didn't write the movie, okay?
Maybe. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Werewolf Survive the Dogs of War. Oh. This is a horror pack limited edition Blu-ray. Very interesting.
Looks like a German Shepherd. A temporary orphanage is established in an abandoned palace surrounded by forests for the 8 children liberated from the camp. Hanukkah, also a former inmate, becomes their guardian.
Hanka.
Hanka.
Well, you said Hanukkah. Hanukkah's a holiday.
I didn't say Hanukkah.
You said Hanukkah.
After the atrocities of the camp, the protagonists slowly begin to regain what is left of their childhood, but the horror returns quickly. Camp
Alsatians?
roam the forest around. Released by the SS earlier on. Is this supposed to be
Secret Service?
No.
It says SS. What's SS?
The Nazi Party.
Oh.
Their secret. I forget what it's called. So I wonder if it's a World War II. If those are Jewish kids.
Oh, it says somewhere 1945, so...
Oh, yeah.
We didn't read the first line, but yeah. It makes sense.
Huh. So, Nazis and werewolves, huh?
Alright, so when are we going to get this love story? Panic. I'm not sure. I think that guy's vaping, though.
Sacrifices must be made. Gory, funny, self-aware, and unique.
Because that's a witch symbol on the front, right? But
Oh, yeah, it's the mark of the devil, right? Sam's first day as a pizza delivery driver is not going according to plan, but at the end of a long day and not enough tips, her last delivery turns out to be a group of satanists looking for someone to sacrifice. Now, in a fight for her life, Sam must fend off witches, evil spirits, and demonic creatures, all while trying to keep her body and soul intact. Huh.
okay.
Yeah, he's leaving.
And she has a bunny.
Yeah. What do you think?
That's not where I would have put... this is opposite order. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, most excited to least excited. That's fine.
Okay.
So, looks like we're on opposite pages here.
Story of a relationship.
The Lost. Okay, a relentless, epic of human horror from the author of Off Season and The Girl Next Door. Once upon a time, a boy named Ray Pye put crushed beer cans in his boots to make himself taller. But this is no fairy tale. For suburban sociopath Ray and his friends, small-town life is a dead-end road of sex, drugs, liars, and losers. What begins with a sudden act of senseless violence will climax in a mind-blowing frenzy of depravity with the worst still yet to come. Okay, so I'm really confused about this whole, he put beer cans in his boots to make himself taller. And then how that plays into the story. Because it doesn't seem to play into
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, I was like,
What's the point of putting that in the description, but okay.
Yeah.
Whatever works. Some of these, may surprise us, though.
Yeah. Oh, to make himself taller. I guess he wanted to look older. A slice of CNN pie that corkscrews down into hell. Oh, that's Toby Hopper, director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
So that's pretty big.
So maybe you will like it.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, you just pick which one you're most excited for, and I'll pick which one I'm most excited for. So Mary's pick is Nazi werewolves.
I have a tendency to lean towards movies that have a more realistic, it's scarier to me the more possibly
Werewolves?
Yeah. That's a dog on there.
Yeah, but
and
those kids are going to die. You know that,
That's
right?
not necessarily true.
Well, at least one of them. Why are they in the movie if they're not there dying? And
maybe they're the heroes. Maybe all the adults are going to die.
Maybe. I'm going with Panic because I delivered pizzas for 5 years and I always thought I'd be sacrificed by a group of Satanists.
I like it when they add in a little history element into it. I was a big history fan. I'm not saying buff. Okay, I'm not saying I know a lot about history.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of history.
Right. Yeah, we didn't get, we typically look for movies from the 80s or older,
mm-hmm.
or, sort of some big movie titles that we missed in the theaters when theaters were a thing. So, these all seem, I don't know if I've heard of any of these.
No. And none of them are a love story, looking at least on the surface.
Yeah, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, let us know in the comments section which movie you're most excited for. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get me for Valentine's Day?
Reese's. And then I got you that dark chocolate with blood orange in it that you love so much.
Blood orange, you say?
I don't know why they call it blood orange. It's probably just red orange. But I'm just not the biggest fan of orange and chocolate. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not my favorite fruit to go with chocolate.
What is your favorite fruit to go with chocolate?
Strawberries.
Everyone says strawberries.
Yeah, they do, and I'm sorry. I'm just like everybody else then.
What about grapefruit?
Never tried it. But I feel like that would be along the same category of orange, right? It's a citrus.
Yeah.
And then it has that bitter aftertaste, though.
Well, because it's a dark chocolate.
No, but I mean, grapefruit has that bitter aftertaste that's really nasty.
Well, I guess if dark chocolate has a bitter aftertaste, would that blend in?
I don't know. It's a very different, because you know that the tonic water, how when you drink that you have this weird kind of bitter aftertaste. Mm-hmm. It's exactly like that.
I haven't had grapefruit.
Yeah, we'll get a grapefruit so you can try it. It's good for you.
Yeah. Super interesting content. The stories of the grapefruit. That's what you get here on this channel.
I'm old. I talk about boring things.
Ready?
Yeah.